It's Mom and Pop Video Shop.
Welcome to Mom and Pop Video Shop. I am Joel. I'm here, sans Tyson. I'm here with Glennuccio, the master, the commander, I don't know why I'm making a master and commander.
I like it.
Speaking of sentimental favorites, that actually isn't one of mine. I'm happy to have you back, Glenn. Of course, editor, Film Threat, the YouTube channel, and you're a great dude. And it turns out we live fairly close together. We still need to get together in like the flesh at some point.
I know. We do. Yeah, definitely. I know. We're not like an hour and a half away.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's really no excuses. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you agreed to come back because we decided we would do like a kind of, I call it a top 10. I'm sure for both of us, this would fluctuate. So it's not like these are like our solid, none of these movies could ever come off the list, but this is sort of like a 10 sentimental favorites list, because I hate the phrase guilty pleasure. I think it's bullshit. I don't. What are you feeling guilty about, man? Like, don't feel guilty.
Nothing.
If you love a movie, you love a movie, and you do not. I will defend freaking Jan Gell. Have you ever seen Jan Gell, the Beast from the East?
No.
Look it up, my friend. That's all I'm going to tell you. Look it up, and you'll be like, "Wow, I'm never going to meet this guy in person because there's something wrong with him."
Yeah. I'll watch it after we meet.
Yeah, exactly. Be like, because if you see it beforehand, you'll seriously question, my life choices at any rate. But yeah, so we are here to just kind of go through, and we'll just do kind of like a tennis match back and forth. You'll pick one, I'll pick one, and I am curious to see if we have any on our list that match up. So
I have 11, by the way.
Oh, nice. Okay, I did do a couple of like honorable mentions just in case. I also, and I didn't expect you to do this, so I don't mean to spring this on you. For myself, I made it to where it was only movies that I had in physical media of some sort. So I either had it on VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, or LaserDisc, which a couple of these I actually found LaserDisc. So,
wow.
But that's also kind of our shtick here. So I figured I'd try to stay true to that, because a couple of the ones that I wanted to mention, I thought I had, but I don't, and it really kind of annoys the crap out of me, especially one of them, because I actually love this movie. But I made that my rule for myself. So, what is your first movie on your list? Your top 10?
I did these in alphabetical order.
Nice. Okay.
So we'll start with the first one, which is the 90s Godzilla.
Ah, okay.
Yep.
Which movie specifically? Is it Final Wars?
With Matthew Broderick.
Oh, the 98 one.
The 98 one, yeah.
The Americanized one, where it's basically Jurassic Park with Godzilla.
Yes.
Yeah.
Basically,
I don't hate that movie, dude. And I remember when it came out, and I mean, I know I'm considerably older than you, so I actually physically remember, like, how old were you when that came out? Were you born?
Oh, geez, I was 98, so I was 10.
Okay, you were 10. That's a perfect age for that movie, bro. Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
By the way, I think that'll be a common theme. I think I don't know about you, but quite a few movies on my list are like movies I saw when I was 11.
Right. That's why. Yeah, because if you saw them later, there's no way they'd make the list.
Yeah, probably not. I do have those happen every great once in a while. I call it. We have a C&D on this channel, which is the cinematic nostalgia disorder, which is what a lot of these movies arguably are. But I also believe in retroactive C&D. So that's a movie that you didn't see as a kid, but had you would have loved it. At some reason now you're like 40 something and you're like, I still love this as if I saw this as a kid. My Demon Lover with Scott Valentine. Don't know why I had that reaction. Maybe it was all the practical effects and the general goofiness of it. I remembered it as a kid seeing the poster at the video store. Never saw it till like 10 years ago. Saw it, I was like, holy crap, I kind of love this movie, even though I totally can acknowledge it is not great.
Right.
So God's, think about that. That was Roland Emmerich, right? Because it was post-Independence Day. Was that the movie he did like after Independence Day? I think it was, right? I think it was.
Because Independence Day was 96. Was it 96? Yeah.
Yeah, it was 96.
Okay.
Yeah, because I started at the theater in 96. I started working at a movie theater in 96. That was it. The summer of Independence Day, the original Twister, Phantom, Frighteners, all of them came out right then. The good old days. And then 98 would have been Godzilla. And I remember all of the merch that came out around that, like from I don't know if it was McDonald's or Burger King or something.
I had all the toys, yeah.
Yeah, dude. I remember all of that.
Yeah.
There was a cartoon too, wasn't there? Wasn't there an animated series?
Yes, there was, yeah. Yeah. That could have been a whole thing. It's funny how it didn't. No. They, like the merchandising around it and
How did it do? Do you remember? It wasn't a bomb, was it? I don't think it was a bomb.
I don't think so. I honestly don't know.
Look it up.
Yeah. I'm not one for box office for number. I never really paid attention to like how movies did or anything. I just, but
no, I'm always fascinated to see, because it's like movies you in your memory, you're like, that was a huge hit. And you're like, wait, what?
I think a lot of his movies were hits.
Matthew Broderick?
The Emmerich.
Emmerich.
Movies.
Yeah, Emmerich definitely was on a run there for a while.
He was on a roll back then. Yeah, he was on a tear,
budget.
Bob.
The budget in the late 90s, this is something, $130 million. Its worldwide gross, actually, it's not horrible. It's about 379. So it tripled its money. And back then, I imagine it at least broke even, made probably a little profit.
Yeah.
Which is probably why they at least did a cartoon and that kind of stuff. It's funny, my oldest son is always, since he was like 5 years old, has been a massive Godzilla fan. Like, it's seen all the original movies and all that kind of stuff. And it's funny, you would think, I feel like, quote unquote, real kaiju people always just shit on that movie. you know?
My God, yeah.
But weirdly, he kind of, I think he likes it because he loves dinosaurs in general. And that Godzilla basically is like a weird T-Rex Velociraptor combo.
Yes.
And it is post Jurassic Park, so that's probably what they were going for. But I always thought, especially I remember the Madison Square Garden scene with all the eggs, spoiler alert. And I always remember, I remember being in the theater watching it going, dude, this is just Jurassic Park. Like, that's all this movie is.
Yeah, it was The Lost World.
Yes, because that had come out the same year, right? I think that came out, or it's 97. That may have been 97, but
I think it was 97,
Yeah, they were close. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Good choice, man. All right, so my first pick is way newer than yours. And I think off the top of my head, yes, this is my newest movie on the list. I actually covered this several months ago. I had Chris Seaver, who's an indie filmmaker, on, and he loves this movie as much as I do. I do find that he and my buddy Kevin are the only people, other Tyson, I think it's grown on him a little bit, are the only people I know that love this movie as much as I do. Most people hate this movie. But this is the first movie I saw in the theaters after COVID, when they finally reopened theaters in my area, and I went in blind. I just saw the poster. I was like, all right, I'm down. Let's check it out. Malignant. The James Wan directed movie.
I haven't seen that.
Dude, this is a bat-shit crazy movie. That's
what I've heard.
And here's why I love it. First off, the main character, I can't remember the actress's name. Well, this is my Brainbuster Video. They do these like VHS versions of like modern movies and stuff.
That's cool.
It's awesome. Yeah. I can't read. It's of course her name is blocked on the back of the box, but the main actress, it's if you could see her, she's right there. She's great. But this movie, weirdly, had they gender swapped it and made Nicolas Cage. It's a movie if Nicolas Cage had starred in, it would have totally made sense. It's that wacky, just over the top, where it goes, what it's ultimately about. And I remember when I was watching the theater, Scream is one of my all-time favorite movies. We may have already discussed this. I don't know, but I love Scream, right?
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
And I've got literally from 1996 when I worked at the movie theater, I've got the literal vinyl banner literally hanging on the wall right here next to me. Okay, I love this movie. But the thing that Scream did, and even though technically it happened a little before Scream, but it was definitely the thing that ushered it in, was this whole like meta, postmodern, everybody's self-aware, and blah, 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 and we got all that, right? Now, and a lot of those Scream ripoffs I even kind of enjoy for what they are, right? Like Urban Legend and Valentine and just all those like early 2000s cheesy movies.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Why I love Malignant so much is this movie came out in 2020, and I swear to God, this could have easily come out in like 1991, like 4 or 5 years before Scream. Like it's as if the whole meta, ironic, postmodern thing never happened, because and it's like, you think it would be annoying that the characters do stupid crap. You're like, okay, but it was so wonderfully endearing. Like it just felt like the kind of movie I would have gone into a video store on a Friday night, and I would have been like, what the hell is this? I didn't even heard about this movie. There'd be like 1 or 2 copies, right? It'd be surrounded by Godzilla 98. It would have been surrounded by T2. It would have just been surrounded, but it would have been up there, and you'd be like, why not? And you give it a shot, and you're just like, what is this? Like, you know what I mean? It's one of those movies to me. Yeah. So that is why I love Malignant so very, very much, even though I can totally acknowledge it is 100% a sentimental favorite, which is weird because it's only a few years old. But it's sentimental to me, damn it, because I hate guilty pleasure.
No, I got to watch it now.
Yeah. It's weird. I will warn you now. It is a weird ass movie, but
that's okay.
It's not bad. It's James Wan. I mean, if you like the Conjuring movies,
as long as it's good weird. If it's just weird for no reason, then anybody can be weird.
Yeah, it's not weird in like that super like, oh, look how clever we're being. It's just like that over the top. No F's left to give kind of weird. And again, it could have easily starred Nicolas Cage, I feel. And it would have been.
Now you said that, I'm gonna watch it, and I'm gonna probably imagine Nicolas Cage wish that he was the one starring in it.
Yes. And it, theoretically it could have worked, and when you see the movie you'll see why. But I don't want to give anything away. All right, so what's your number 2? What's your second pick? The order is somewhat irrelevant.
Okay. The second pick is Hulk from 2003.
Whoa, the dogs?
Yep.
Okay, this is where we'll part ways because I have not seen that movie since 2003, and I remember hating it.
Really? Oh, interesting. Okay, here we go. Now we got something.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah. All right. So
no, it's I think that's actually the best Hulk movie.
Better than the Edward Norton?
I like the Edward Norton one, but I think this one, I like this one because it really explores it really gets into his head more than the Edward Norton one.
Yeah.
Edward Norton one's very good. I did like that one, but this Hulk, it had its own thing. It had its own feel, it had its own vibe, had its own style. It was, I don't know, and it's fun. It's an entertaining movie. And
was it Ang Lee? Didn't Ang Lee direct?
Yeah,
that's right. Okay, and that was after Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon had come out.
Yeah. And it's just cool, man. There was a lot of cool. That's a very underappreciated movie, I think.
Okay,
I bet you if you watched it over again, you'd probably
have a different attitude.
Because now you can compare it to all the newer stuff.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, plus it's got Jennifer Connelly in it, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. Never mind. Enough said.
And they were trying. You know what it is? They were really trying to do something with that movie. Like that was a movie that they were really trying to go somewhere with it, and they were really exploring Bruce Banner and the struggle and the mental aspect of it. So that's what really. And they didn't. And now they just turned Hulk into a joke. And
yes.
So.
He's smart. When he's in Hulk form, he talks and wears a sweater.
Right, because that's what we want to see.
That's totally what we've always wanted to see.
Yes, we don't want to see Hulk smash. We want to see Hulk read.
Who doesn't, really? Speaking of things that are questionable that people want to see, this movie, my next on my list, is a sequel. Technically, it's a second sequel. The original is one of my literally all-time favorite movies, period, but I would call it horror. It's kind of like a early interloper thriller horror movie. And this is a third movie that pretty much went straight to video, if memory serves. They also had replaced the lead at this point. Have you ever seen The Stepfather from 1987 with Terry O'Quinn?
No.
Okay. You should see it. It's a great movie. It's fantastic. I love that movie. Legitimately. Terry O'Quinn. By the end of this, you're going to have a list of movies.
Yeah, really. I'm just going to be typing the whole time. Yeah.
Yeah, so the original Stepfather from 1987 came out the same year as Fatal Attraction, and it's like the beginning of that. We call it the interloper horror film where you have like The Hand That Rocks the Cradle or Unlawful Entry, that where the outsider, kind of comes into a family's life. Jill Sholin is sort of like the protagonist. She's his stepdaughter. She's so great. But Terry O'Quinn, you remember Locke from Lost, is next level awesome, dude. He is freaking. He's so great. But third movie in the series, Stepfather 3. Because the whole point of this was Sentimental Favorites. Because Stepfather 1 is actually a fantastic movie. Stepfather 2 is also a great, in my opinion, it's a really good movie. It's got Jonathan Brandis in it, Meg Foster. It's Carolyn Williams, I believe, plays the best friend. It's a lesser sequel, like it's not as great as the original, but it's still a fairly well-made movie. Like Jeff Burr directed it. It's great. I can acknowledge Stepfather 3 was like a straight, and by the way, this is an actual screener, not for rent or sale, that I somehow managed to find.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I have both. I'm such a dork. I have both the correct VHS version and the screener for this one.
That's funny.
Dude, but it's like, it's almost like hard to explain. Like there's certain movies in the early 2000s, Sci-Fi Channel put out like all these nature run amok killer animal movies, and they weren't like the Asylum things. They weren't like Mega Shark or any of that crap. It was like it was just like a regular, like a killer crocodile movie or killer snakes or that kind of killer shark. And I loved them. They were super cheeseball. Most of them had crappy early 2000 CGI. I don't know why. There's something like, it was like before we had kids, and I just remember coming home and like on the weekend and like you sit on the couch. And you just, it's the air conditioning's going, it's the middle of summer, and you're just watching this movie on back when the Sci-Fi Channel was an actual thing. I don't know. And for some weird reason, I put Stepfather 3 in my brain as like that kind of movie. There's just something about it. It's not great. The guy who plays Robert Reitman, I believe, is the guy who replaced Terry O'Quinn. And they try to do this thing, mild spoiler alert, it's in like the first 2 minutes of the movie. They do this thing in classic like soap opera fashion where he goes to a plastic surgeon and gets a new face so they can justify
that's funny.
Why it doesn't look like Terry O'Quinn anymore.
And it looks flawless. There's no scar or anything like that.
Exactly. He's like super handsome guy. He's super chiseled. He's like, it's like, okay.
Right.
He should look like Dark Man or something. He should have been like really jacked up, but no.
Yeah. They can't even get plastic surgery right today.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's, I mean, the tagline is Daddy's been working in the garden again, which is weird because I don't remember gardening being a thing in the first 2 movies. I don't know why that's the tagline, other than it imply that's where he's burying the bodies. So yeah, it's your kind of classic thriller psycho movie. They tried to do a series. Obviously, we never got past part 3, but this is my next choice on my sentimental favorites.
So is that like Mystery Science Theater bad?
I wouldn't say it's that. Now that could, by the way, that could be the cinematic nostalgia disorder, the CND talking. Okay. Because we watch, my kids and I love to watch like riff tracks and MST3K stuff.
Me too, yeah.
Yeah, I could see them goofing on it for sure.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's also, you could watch it and just, if you're into it, like if you're into that series especially, I feel like you could appreciate it. I will say I'm kind of on an island by myself. With most people I bring that movie up to, they're like, no, I don't.
Who knows? I might join you on that island.
Okay, we'll see. All right, what's your next pick?
All right. Okay, here's the next one. The Lone Ranger.
Oh, the one with what's his name?
The Disney one with the Army Hammer
and Johnny Depp, right?
Johnny Depp, yes.
I never saw that.
You know what? I'm like, I remember I watched it with. I showed my girlfriend like a year ago or something, and I'm like, I was curious to know what she thinks about it because she's pretty good with movies. Like she's got good taste and she'll criticize if she doesn't like something, she'll say it. But I'm like, I'm really curious what you're going to think of this because this movie is like hated. For some reason, it's hated.
Yeah.
And you can think what you want about it's not the best movie, whatever, but the amount of hate that it's gotten. And I'm like, just watch this movie and please let me know if it's that bad, if I'm missing something, if I'm like delusional. Yeah. So we watch it and she's like, that was pretty good. That was fun. Yeah. And I'm like, it's a fun movie. Yeah. And it's funny how people they freaking railed against that.
I remember that.
Really,
and I think
not
part of
bad.
it, if memory serves, didn't have like a massive budget. It's like, I think it was one of those like, it was one of those movies. It's like the sort of Snow White thing. It wasn't political. Yeah. It was just purely, I think it just annoyed people. They had spent like hundreds of millions of dollars on it. And then if memory vaguely, I remember a little bit of there being some pushback on Johnny Depp playing Tonto or something. It's like, okay, whatever.
Oh, who gives a shit?
He's a shit. Exactly. That was
really? Oh my God.
Exactly.
He's so good too. He's funny.
I found
really
out,
funny.
and by the way, I found out I'm like a 32nd Cherokee. My sister got the DNA test thing done. So I'm like,
are you really?
Oh, yeah. So now, and it's not just like when white people say that they're part Cherokee because they want to feel like they're a part. Yeah, you get it. So I could say, I speak for all. Yeah. What I say, who gives a shit? Anyway,
seriously, yeah.
But yeah, you know what's funny? I need to watch it, and here's a couple of reasons why. I remember being surprised. You know who's a massive fan of that movie?
Who? Tyson?
Tarantino, dude.
Is he really?
He I think he said that was like his favorite movie of that year, or one of like his top 3.
Dude, there's so many practical stunts that like when the budget is used well. Yeah. See, it's one thing if it was over budget because they overused CGI. Yeah. Then it's like, okay. Yeah. F off. Like, that's okay. No, it was all practical stunts. Like there's the scene on the train. Yeah. And there's this huge thing that comes up and it starts swinging and Johnny Depp is on it, swinging around, and it's funny. The humor, like there's a lot of slapstick, but it's done well. It's not goofy and stupid. I think I don't know. I think that movie was one of those movies that was trendy to hate it.
Yeah, and that is 100% a thing. I think there's just as much as there are people who will shill for something that is obviously not great, but then I think you get the flip side where people, once they want to hate on it, even if you know what I mean, and sometimes I get the hate, like even if it's not like I didn't see Snow White, I have no desire to see Snow White.
No, neither
at all.
No, never.
But let's be frank,
I'll die first. Yeah,
pretty much. Had she not run her yapper, it probably would have done fine. It would have been like Mufasa or something. Yeah. And so it's like, if you just kept your mouth shut, you'd probably have been all right, because I'm sure it's still a meh movie at best. But by and large, if you keep your mouth shut, you're fine. And that's the thing about Lone Ranger. I don't remember there being anything like that. I just remember kind of everybody saying it was going to suck just because. And you know what movie it does remind me of? And I always felt this way about this movie, Waterworld. I always liked Waterworld. I always
that's a fun movie.
Yes. And
I should have put that on the list.
I know. I realized it as I said. I was like, I hope he didn't pick that one.
That's a yeah. Dude, it's a great movie. The cast.
Yes,
I mean,
but it was another movie with a huge bloated budget. Kevin Costner had this. Oh, he's his ego. But like, dude, it's freaking Kevin Costner's a movie star. Of course, he's gonna have
whatever
ego.
he wants.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, Field of Dreams. Come on, bro.
Yeah, Tin Cup.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Bull Durham. Let's just keep doing this back and forth.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's like it was just a fun movie. Of course it's goofy, but it's fun. And the guy Kevin Reynolds who directed it, I love Robin and Prince of Thieves. I love that movie.
Yeah, even if his accent was horrible.
His accent was god awful, but I love that movie.
Awful.
Yeah.
But you know what? There's a charm about it.
All right. So speaking of movies that I will be shocked if you've seen. Now, I'll be shocked, but honestly, I might be shocked if you've heard of it.
Okay.
But
so far, my track record's not very good.
Okay. But you will be forgiven for what this movie is. Okay. I don't care, though. I love this movie. And ready?
Yep.
It stars Alice Cooper. It's called Monster Dog.
No.
It's an Italian horror film where they dubbed Alice over I
need to see that.
Oh, dude, it's amazing. And he's got 2 original songs.
Writing another one down.
Yeah. Monster Dog, it's directed by the same guy who did Troll 2, if you're familiar with Troll 2.
Yeah, I am.
The whole, okay. Troll 2.
Oh, my God.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's in that ballpark. I would argue Troll 2 is worse as a movie than this is. Like, I find this has got like atmosphere to it. It's super cheap. Dude, it's an Italian horror flick made for like $1.50. And they dubbed all the actors over because they predominantly, I'm guessing most of them were Italian. But so Alice Cooper's like the lead, and they dubbed him over with a totally different actor's voice. So it's always like in the original Mad Max when they, for whatever reason, didn't want to use Mel's Australian accent, so they dubbed over Mad Max in the original cut.
It's so weird. Yeah,
it's so weird. It's like, the Americans can't handle an Australian accent. It's like,
and it's like, really, you don't think the women love that?
Yeah, really, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I don't know how to explain this movie and why. And I love the songs. Like, he has there are 2 full-on like music videos of Alice Cooper original songs in this movie.
That's amazing.
To my knowledge, were only ever in this movie. And I finally got a box set of like every Alice Cooper hit, like every song. It was like, I can't remember what it's called. It's a massive box set I had to go on eBay to find. Had the 2 songs from this. That's the only thing I've ever seen of Cooper, because I know, because even with Friday the 13th Part 6 with Man Behind the Mask, and he had done Teenage Frankenstein that were in that movie, that was on the Constrictor album, which, but like this is the only thing I've ever seen those 2 songs on, other than the big box set I had to pay for. So
do they have that in Italian too? Like, can you watch it in Italian?
I wish. I've never seen it in Italian. I wish. It would be amazing, because then they would dub him over with that, which would be great. Yeah. Oh, I would love it. Yeah. And it's got that Italian horror, like that. It's like 85, I think it came out, but it's just got that like grainy, like hot, like kind of like dream-like ethereal, it is. You have like that Argento kind of vibe. That it's got that vibe. It's not as well shot as an Argento film. Let me make sure I'm very clear on that. This is
No, I know what you mean.
This is not a Dario movie, but it is. Yeah. But there's something about it. And his outfit, dude, you probably can't tell from this, but he's like, it's like this weird retro, like very 80s, like retro futurist black leather, like thingy wear. It's just it's badass. It's freaking badass, dude.
Like he raided Michael Jackson's closet.
Yeah, and made it even cooler because he's Alice effing Cooper. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
dude. It's super cheesy, but it's 100% on my list of.
I wrote it down.
Definitely that one before Stepfather 3. See, Stepfather, because it's a great movie, but Monster Dog before Stepfather 3.
Okay. When you said Alice Cooper, I was gonna say Wayne's World.
Yeah, or Prince of Darkness, the John Carpenter film. He plays like a homeless guy in that. But he didn't do a lot of acting, and I actually think he's pretty good. Like when he's in stuff, he's actually pretty damn good. He was hilarious in Wayne. That even though he's in that movie for like 2 minutes, Wayne's World. I have not watched. Dude, I need to rewatch Wayne's World because I used to love that movie. I have not watched that movie in 20 years.
And the second one, watch.
Yeah, both of them were good. I remember both
equally funny. I think they're both equal. They're like that's like Austin Powers, where it's like both. Like it's one of those few where the sequel's just as funny as the first one.
Yes. The second, I remember Austin Powers, the third one, it being okay to me. The second one, though, is amazing.
The second one's my favorite. But if
Fat Bastard, oh my God.
Yes, but the third Austin Powers, rewatching it later, it's really funny. It's actually funnier.
I haven't watched that one since it came out because the second one, I actually showed my kids the first two about a couple years, within the last 2 years. And I don't think we ever got to Goldmember. I don't watch,
dude. I'm telling you, they'll get a kick out of it. It's one of those movies that
All right. So what you got next? What's next on the list?
Okay. Oh, speaking of Michael Myers, The Love Guru.
Oh, that one.
Mm-hmm.
I've never I know of it, and I see clips of it, and I knew somebody I used to work with loved that movie, and everybody. That was literally the one human being now, apparently, other than you, that I've ever met. That just that you're talking about a movie that gets shat upon regularly. It is definitely a Love Guru,
and I don't feel bad at all, man. I watch it, I laugh, not at all.
Favorite.
Yes, I watched that. I think that movie it's stupid and goofy, but I like it. It's funny. It's really funny. I think it's like especially there's a scene when it's a flashback to when Michael Myers is a kid, and the body is a kid, but the head is Michael Myers. And they just put makeup to make him kind of look kiddish, but it's Michael Myers and the head's really big and stuff. And it's just, I don't know. It's a goofy, stupid movie, but it's funny. It makes me laugh.
And that's all that matters, my friend.
Yeah. And that movie is like the amount of play on like the names that are play on words. Like, the Three Stooges used to do that when they would do like when they would do like a law office and it would be called.
Yes. Do we cheat him and how? Do we cheat him and how?
Exactly. Yeah. Stuff like that. Yes. He did a lot of that in this movie. A lot. Right. And his thing was he had a phrase that he would tell people, kind of like his way of saying like "bless you, child" or something. Yeah. And it was Mariska Hargitay, which is the actress.
Yes, from Law and Order.
Yes, so he would just go Mariska Hargitay, Mariska Hargitay, like that. And then there was a part where she's at one of his talks, and he's saying Mariska Hargitay to everybody. Then he sees her and goes Mariska Hargitay, Mariska Hargitay, and Val Kilmer makes a cameo in it too.
Oh, that's cool.
And he goes Mariska Hargitay, Val Kilmer, rest in peace.
Yes.
But yeah, it's a you should check it out, man. It is really stupid, but that's the charm of it. That's
all right. I like, as is evidenced by some of my movies coming up here, I like stupid. So
so there you go, dude. That is the epitome of stupid. But
all right. So my next movie, I'm sure you've heard of, if not seen. It's probably my most mainstream. It might be. This might be the most mainstream thing on my list. I picked it because though I feel like it's a movie that especially younger people probably wouldn't dig as much. It's very 80s. I saw this in the theater with my dad, and it must have been out like the same week or within the same weeks that Ghostbusters was out, because I have a distinct memory of watching this movie. And back in the day when this was even true into the 90s when I was when I worked at a movie theater and I was in the projection booth, we'd get the reels, right? It wasn't digital. It was all, you got the reels, you had to put the reels together.
Yeah.
I honestly, to this day, don't know how they managed this, but they must have accidentally put one of the reels from Ghostbusters into this movie. But the movie I was supposed to be seeing and we didn't finish was The Last Starfighter.
Oh.
Yes. And this, I have this on LaserDisc because of course I do. And
yeah, really, right.
It is one of those movies where, because the whole premise is the main kid, played by Lance Guest, who was also in Halloween 2 and Jaws 4 and a bunch of other much better movies than Jaws 4. Basically, he plays like this kid who lives in a trailer park. And he wants to go to college, but he also like works at everybody's homes, and it's very Spielbergian. You know what I mean? It's like instead of being set in suburbs, it's like it's like if Spielberg was set in a trailer park. It's got that vibe. Like everybody's got that kind of like whimsical quality to their characters, and they have in like a little concession area of this trailer park this game called The Last Starfighter, and it's all he does when he's not working on people's homes and helping them out. He's taking care of his little brother with his single mom, because it's the 80s, because of course. And he's playing this game and he finally beats it. And when he beats it, it triggers something that alerts aliens that he could be a potential starfighter in their actual war somewhere out in the universe. Oh, wow. And so they come and get him and they take him on this adventure. And and I remember I had like the comic book. And I just remember I absolutely loved this movie as a kid. I watched it not that long ago, like in the last 5 years, and to me it still holds up, but I can totally see somebody who doesn't grow up with it. If you can appreciate, because like very, very, very early computer graphics, like I think they use some level of computer graphics for the ship, and it's super boxy, like it's very, early mid 80s cheesy looking. Yeah. But it's this kind of fun, sweet. It's got Catherine Mary Stewart, who is a great actress from the 80s in it. It's just one of those like, movies. And speaking of Michael,
I've been wanting to watch. I actually wanted to watch that. I've been wanting to.
It's very 80s. Yeah. It's very 80s. I think you dig it. Yeah, I feel like you might dig it. Going in and understanding what you're dealing with. Nick Castle, who directed this, is the guy who played the original. Speaking of Michael Myers, played Michael Myers in the original Halloween.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. He was friends with Carpenter, and so he was also like one of the producers on that. But anyway, so Last Starfighter, I feel like this is probably this, and there's one other movie in particular I will go to the mat to argue are actually really well-made movies for their time, what they are.
Yeah.
But I also think that there's a definite level of like sentimentality that plays into my love of this movie. But
yeah, there's I would say half of my list are movies that I stand by and say these are good movies. Mm-hmm. They're just whatever, misunderstood.
Yeah,
right, whatever. And then half of them I'll say, no, I know this is a stupid movie and this isn't good.
Yeah. But I don't care.
I don't care, right.
Yep,
it's fun.
Yep.
All right.
What's your next one?
All right, next one is the the Mario Brothers movie.
I know a guy who actually apparently worked on that, and for years we've talked about having him on to talk about, because he worked on some of the effects or whatever. Yeah, because I intentionally never watched. First, I never saw it when it came out, and then when I found out he was going to, this has been going on for years now, because we were like, oh, I'll watch it. I'll wait till we're going to have you on. I'll watch it like right beforehand. So it's like, I keep kicking the can. It's been like 10 years. I have yet to watch this freaking movie. I'm very familiar with it.
Oh, you still haven't seen it? Oh, shit.
You
got it. Yeah.
I know. I need to.
Did you know this is the first movie? I actually recently found this out. This is the first movie that used LUTs.
Really?
Yes. This movie basically invented LUTs.
Are you serious? Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
Is it obvious?
No, I mean, if you watched it, you'd never know. It looks like it is as 90s as you could possibly imagine.
Yeah. Yes.
And that's what's so good about it. It's funny, like this kind of goes back to Godzilla. Is I remember the 90s was a time when they were trying to take something from a comic or from whatever, and they went too realistic with it, like to the point where they completely change it. It looks nothing like, they wanted it to look nothing like the cartoon or the comic, because in their mind, oh, that's going to be too cartoony.
Yes.
And then today it's too cartoony.
Yeah.
So they gotta find that balance, because they were on the right direction, but now it's like they're making stuff like when they're doing all these Disney movies, the characters look exactly like the cartoon, and it's like, I don't want to see that. I want to see what this character would look like in real life.
Yeah.
Like
but with the vibes of
right
the original. Yeah.
Right. Not where it's like unrecognizable, but it, like the new Lilo and Stitch movie, it's like, okay, that's the cartoon.
Yeah.
It's you're literally just taking the cartoon, making it look a little more realistic, but it's very clearly CGI when they could be using puppets, animatronics, stop motion. You know how good stop motion is now? You can't tell. I'm sorry, but and it's like that's what they need to start doing, is they need to find that balance between too cartoony and then where it's like Godzilla looks nothing like Godzilla. Yep. They needed to split the difference there. Yep. Like you can still make it look realistic, but You know
the old line that Roger Ebert used to say about stop motion versus CGI?
No, what do you say?
Okay, so I might be paraphrasing a little bit here, but basically the gist of it was CGI looks or can look real, hyper realistic, but feels fake. But stop motion, even a classic stop motion, Ray Harryhausen and all that stuff, can look fake, but it feels real.
Yes.
And I get that. I get that.
Yes,
I get what you're saying. It feels real.
Yes. It feels tangible. Right. Tangible. Like you can, like the CGI, the problem is with CGI, they're not there. They can make it look photoreal. Like if you press pause, it looks real. Yep. But the moment it starts moving, that's when it seems fake. And then once your brain knows that is not really there, you lose. It's now your brain has to process
suspension of disbelief. Yeah.
Right. And when if it's a puppet or stop motion or something, your brain doesn't have to process the fact that it's not real. It is real. It's a real thing.
Yeah, it's a thing that's physically there. Yeah.
Right. So your brain doesn't have to process all that stuff. It automatically, it's real. Okay, it's stop motion or it's a puppet. Yoda's a puppet, but you know what you also know? Yoda is actually there with Luke.
Yes.
Luke is not looking at a tennis ball. Yeah. He's looking at an actual puppet. He's reacting to the puppet. Yeah. It's real. When you see them react to like CGI, you can tell it's in the eyes. They're not looking at anything.
It's being as present within the moment. And also, and I would argue, because I'm sure you saw Godzilla -1. We probably have already talked about this. Godzilla -1 had quite a bit of CGI in it, but here's the key. I didn't know that. It's like they did such a good job of mixing the two things together. And I would argue, and this has always been my contention about the real problem with CGI, it's not that CGI exists. It's that CGI changes the way a movie is literally shot, like how they block out the shots. So back in the day when Chucky had to go running through, unless you're going to do him out of, do like a little person and put in the suit and make him in the background and how to focus. And when it was the puppet, you had to hide all the cables and you had to like figure out clever ways to angle the camera. And that dictated how you told the story. Now you could just show it. I mean, it's there. He's running around. It's like, and we may have talked about this before, but there's a movie called Near Dark, which is my favorite vampire movie from the 80s. Catherine Bigelow directed. It's got like half the cast from Aliens in it.
I remember.
Bill Pullman.
We have to watch it. I still have to watch it.
Yo, dude, it's such a great, it's like a neo-noir vampire Western. And there's a scene where Bill Pullman's character is a vampire. He takes the hero, Caleb, and he picks him, and they're like scuffling, and he throws him. And it's this tight shot, and you see Adrian Pazdar's character kind of jump up a little bit, like out of frame, cuts to this low angle about 50 yards away in front of, on the end of the street. So it's like this 2-lane road, and you can see Pullman in the background just standing there. And all of a sudden, it's silent for just a couple of beats. And then all of a sudden, right into the frame, boom, Pazdar hits. Because your mind created that trajectory. Whereas, what would they do today? You just see him get flung across, one shot, pan.
Yes. The camera would be in the air following him or something.
Yes. And it's like, and they think that looks cool, but what it does, it's like, your brain, at least my brain, it's just like, okay. It's like I don't get pulled in. Whereas the other thing made me think. It's like, wait, what's happening? And all of a sudden, bam.
It looks like a video game.
Yes,
Which
is great. I love video games.
Sure, yeah, but
watch a movie, video game.
Exactly right. I want to see a movie, not a video game. And when is it me, or are they trying to make CGI look more like a video game?
It does seem that way. Yeah.
Like, because CGI is getting worse, and I'm wondering,
I don't get that either. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, and as I start to see more of these movies, and I'm like, wow, these characters are like moving more like they're trying to make it look like a video game.
Yeah.
And I think it's because they think this is what kids want.
Yeah.
Like they basically just want to see a video game in a movie, essentially. And then see, like what you were saying with the camera is back then they couldn't, because there was no CGI, the camera was, it had to be very, like the logistics of where the camera is and the angles and the fact that you can only do so much with a camera. So it forced you to be creative, to film the scene a creative way and have scenes like that. Like that's part of movie magic. When you just show a CGI guy flying in the air, there's no movie magic. You just go, oh, well, it was made on a computer. Okay. But like when a camera is doing impossible things in a movie, and because it's all CGI, your brain, nothing becomes, there's no stakes. You don't feel anything because you're like, a camera could never do this in real life. And that. There's not a real camera flying through the air or, going in and out of stuff or whatever. And that's why you don't feel anything. When you see all this destruction and these big things happening, you feel nothing.
Is it your turn or my turn next? I can't remember which.
I don't even remember. I did Mario Brothers. Did you?
Yes, you did Mario. Okay. Yeah.
So it's your turn. Yeah.
My turn. I promise I will not get us off on too many more tangents.
That's okay. That's fine.
Okay. This one, damn it, I don't care. I love this movie. I saw it in the theater opening weekend, and my vaguest memory is I may have been the only one in the theater.
Oh, that's awesome.
Ready?
Yep.
Leprechaun. I want me gold.
Oh my God. Speaking of Wayne's World, remember?
Oh, yeah, vaguely.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, dude. I don't care. I rewatched this not that long ago with my kids. I love this movie.
Yeah, that's great.
It's small as hell. And it's weird. Like you watch it, you're like, is this R? Why is this R? Now some of the sequels had some pretty risque stuff in them, but the first one is like, I guess they just didn't want it to be PG-13.
Was there? I don't remember. Was there swearing?
They might have said one F-bomb, maybe one. That's literally it.
I don't remember. Was there nudity in the first one?
No nudity. The violence is very tepid. It's mostly off camera.
It's probably because they swore or something.
Yeah, it must have been, dude, because it's so not like I said. Some of the sequels are definitely more R-rated.
Sure. Yeah.
But this is like, I call this much like the movie The Gate. This is gateway horror. Like if you have a kid and you want to expose them to like horror movies that are not going to like traumatize them. Leprechaun. I saw this I remember reading about it in Fangoria magazine. Dude, I don't know. I was like the weird, like I played football. I was like, I was at a jock, but I played football. But I was also the guy who was like on the weekends reading Fangoria magazine and was there opening night at the theater to see Leprechaun. I'm that guy.
That's awesome.
So
that reminds me of the time, the only one time I was in a theater all by myself. I was with my dad, but we were the only ones in the theater, was Kung Pao.
Oh, Enter the Fist.
Yeah, we saw that in the theater and I was laughing my ass off, and we were the only people in the theater.
Yeah.
Hilarious, yeah.
All right, what's your next one? What's your next pick?
Okay, Matrix Reloaded.
That's the second one?
Second one.
Okay, I never got past that one.
Wow.
So the original Matrix, fantastic, classic, blah, 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 blah.
Yes.
I remember seeing Reloaded and being like, why the F am I watching people dance in a rave for like 20 minutes? What the hell is going on? And I don't think to this day, I've never seen Revolutions, which was the third one, right? And I definitely didn't see the stupid piece of crap new one that they did. I have no interest.
Oh my God, that was horrible. I saw the new one. It was bad. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. It
was really bad.
What I've heard.
Yeah. See the third one. Third one's definitely worth watching.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
I might have a different attitude about that. I just remember for whatever reason, it's just really annoying me.
That's
my
funny.
memory.
It's actually, I like the rave scene.
Really?
Because people say like, oh, that was such a stupid scene. To me, they needed something that showed why humans are human.
Yeah, I gotcha. Like they're just
Like
letting
what
loose
separates
and-
like we're humans and we know how to party. Like everything we're doing right now is what the robots can never do.
Got it.
Is dance, have fun, have sex, right?
For its own sake. Yeah.
Exactly. Wear see-through shirts where you can see all the girls' nipples.
Oh, that's right.
These are, right. Robots could never do that. You see.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I thought that scene was a cool, just, you know, I like the song that they played. I love the song that they played during that scene.
Yeah.
I actually listen to that when I work out. It's a good song.
I do not think I have seen that movie since it came out. What year was that? Because the original was 99.
2002.
2002. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably should revisit the whole series.
It could have been a case of it was ahead of its time.
And there might be that too. Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
I think there's a little bit of that in there because I think again rewatching it, I think you'll appreciate it more, and then I think it'll make you want to watch the third one.
Yeah, and I've been
so if you do watch the third one, watch the second one, and then watch the third one.
Okay, and then I do feel like I've been revisiting movies from like that late '90s, early 2000s era as of late.
Yeah,
just stuff that I saw, like I rented, and some of it I have like the Vegas. Like, I might have kind of liked it, but like they're weird how quick nostalgia kicks in. Yeah, because it's like. I feel nostalgia for shit from like 2002. It's like,
I know.
It's like, that wasn't that long ago. What's happening? I don't.
Yeah, but it kind of was, though.
It kind of was, though. Yeah.
And then you're like, oh my God.
Shit, like, we're talking about like almost 25 years. Yeah, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
No, that's wild. Yeah. But
all right, cool.
Yeah.
Good pick. All right.
Yep.
So my next one is the other one I know I saw in theaters opening weekend. I do remember I took a date to it. Probably not a shock that I don't remember us dating too much longer after this. But I think
all your relationships ended.
Oh yeah, exactly. We always around movies. That's why I knew my wife was the one for me because she'd tolerate my weirdness with movies. But
good woman.
Exactly. I remember I think we were like on a double date, and it was. I feel like it may have been Halloween. It was definitely right around Halloween because it was in where the movie theater was a strip mall, and they had one of those like I don't know if you had like the Kiwanis Club or like there's the JCs or and they would like build like the haunted houses to raise money for charity and like a old strip strip mall or something. Like they would take out like a couple of stores. So there was one of those like next to the movie theater, and I remember we had gone to that, and then we went and saw. Dr. Giggles.
Dr. Giggles. Dude, I've heard of this.
This movie I showed this to my kids like maybe within the last year. They loved this movie so much. It is so ridiculous. I mean, the tagline, "The doctor is out of his mind." It has got so many puns in it, dude, of like take two, call me in the morning, as he shoves something into something. I mean, it is
it's like pun after pun. It's like Mr. Freeze and Batman and Robin.
Yes. But Larry Drake, who is amazing as Dr. Giggles, he's got this crazy laugh. It's like, it came out in 92, I think it was 92. And it's very Scream before Scream, like that movie Malignant. Like this is Malignant to me. I think it was why I liked it so much. It was like a Dr. Giggles. Like it's not as funny. Like Dr. Giggles is like kind of intentionally funny at times. Was it Dougie? Was it Dougie Doug? Was that his name? There was an actor who'd been done a lot of stuff back. Of course, it doesn't tell me the name of anybody other than Larry Drake on the back of the.
Wow, now we're really going back.
Yeah. Holly Marie Combs, though, who was on Charmed. She is like the main, she's like the Sidney Prescott kind of character. And it's got like all the tropes of like the slashers, but it was like you could tell this is like a proto Scream movie. Like they were kind of self-aware, but not enough to but at the same time it takes like the horror moments kind of serious. In fact, there's one scene that is so jacked up that it's completely out of place in this movie. It is, believe me, when you see it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. You'll be like,
write down.
You'll be like, what in the hell were they thinking right there? What the hell?
That's so funny. I've heard of it too, which is funny.
Dude, my kids like they just love it. It's just in the puns and it's nuts. It's a nutty movie. But I have the poster, the original poster for this. I love me some Dr. Giggles. The fact we never got a sequel. The tragedy.
It's too. Oh man.
So did you? I did Dr. Giggles. I think it's your turn.
Okay. Let's see. All right. This one I think is the most. I think this one's probably the most hated out of this.
Oh
list.
wow, with Love Guru, you have Love Guru on your list, and this
might be more.
Wow. Okay,
All right.
cool.
And I remember, let's see, how old was I when I saw this? This is late '90s. This movie, like '97, I think.
Okay.
And I remember even as a kid,
Spice World.
Spice World. Oh, that should have made the list. Damn it. All right. I'm gonna have to change a lot of shorts in this episode.
I got you.
Yeah. Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Oh, okay. So here's the thing, and this is a generational issue between us.
Yeah. Okay.
I am familiar, although not entirely, because actually one of my best friends from high school, he loves the Mortal Kombat movie, so it's not completely. I think for whatever reason, I was like a Nintendo kid, like old school Mario Brothers Nintendo, Paperboy, all that shit.
Me too. Oh yeah.
And then I had a window where occasionally I'd play like Sega with like Earthworm Jim and shit with my future brother-in-law when I was dating my wife. But other than, and like GoldenEye, I was obsessed with GoldenEye for a hot minute.
Oh yeah.
But other than that, like I never was like as into, even though Mortal Kombat was kind of in my like later high school, like I was aware of it. I knew friends who loved it.
You're talking about the game.
The game, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But I just never got into it like that. So when the movies came out, I to this day, I don't think I've seen any of the Mortal Kombat movies. None of them.
Really?
None. Yeah. Now, Annihilation, is that the sequel? Annihilation's the sequel, right?
Yeah. So you didn't see the '95 one?
No. I remember when it came out because my friend Dan was like, loved it. Although Dan's probably watching it, I go, no, you idiot, I hated it.
Yeah. This is like Billy. Remember Billy Madison when he goes, Mortal Kombat for Sega Genesis is the best game ever, and he goes, I disagree. I think it's a very good game, but I think Donkey Kong is the best game ever.
Yeah.
Donkey Kong sucks. Yeah, you know something, you suck.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
This is
I was more of a. To be fair, I was more of a Double Dragon. Kind of.
Oh shit. Yeah, okay, that was going to be on my list.
I love that game. The movie's
the movie was going to make the list. Yeah,
the movie could that movie. Notable Street Fighter.
Honorable mention.
Yeah.
All right. Well, okay. So you need to add. You need to watch the '95 Mortal Kombat. Is a solid. That is hands down the best video game adaptation movie.
Really?
Nothing. Yes.
In a world where Minecraft exists.
Hard to believe. But yes,
okay, so
it is true.
The '95 Mortal Kombat. I know I've never seen it.
It's such a well done practical.
Okay.
Like Goro, you know Goro, right?
Yeah.
With the forearms.
I know like some of the characters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I was a big Mortal Kombat. I played the game all the time when I was a kid on Sega. Yeah. But Goro was real. It was a guy in an actual costume, animatronic head.
Okay.
And the arms he had his arms were the lower ones, and then the other arms were animatronic. They show behind the scenes of it, and it's freaking incredible. And I'm like, why can't you do this today? You did it back then.
And the technology to do it that way is so much more advanced, right?
Right. And they did it. The latest Mortal Kombat movie they did, there was moments of it that were good. It wasn't a bad movie, but it didn't even come close to the original. And of course, Goro is CGI, and it's like,
of course.
Here we go. So, but no, so the first Mortal Kombat is objectively a fantastic, beloved by everybody. I've never heard anyone say they didn't.
I think Dan, if memory serves, liked that one. I think it was Annihilation he might have hated.
Yeah. So now Annihilation, again, it's a fun movie. The fight scenes are great. If you watch Annihilation, just watch it for the fight scenes because they're really good.
Okay.
The characters are good. Like the guy who plays Jax is hilarious. He's a great Jax. He's the one with the robotic arms, the metal arms.
Okay. Yeah.
Jax is great. The fight scenes are phenomenal. The guy who plays Liu Kang in both movies, Annihilation, they changed the cast.
Was it Christopher Lambert in the first one as
Raiden?
Yes.
No.
Raiden.
Yeah, Raiden. Yeah, and then the second one is a different guy. I forget his name, but you've seen him. He's been in a bunch of stuff. Okay. But the Johnny Cage, different guy in the second one. I won't tell you. I mean, I don't want to spoil anything, but he was Johnny Cage in the first one. Badass dude.
Okay.
Oh, fantastic. But. Yeah, dude, I would say in this list, that's probably one of my favorites because it's so fun And the only thing that ruins it, that like really truly ruins it, that I feel like if it wasn't for this scene, the movie would have been like it would have been universally like, okay, it was an okay sequel. Fun, whatever. It was do you care if I spoil the ending? It's the final, you know how Liu Kang turns into a dragon?
Yeah.
Well, at the end of this movie, he turns into a dragon, and then the I forget the bad guy, the villain. I forget who he is in the game, but he's the guy with the skull mask. He turns into a dragon, and it is the worst CGI you've ever seen in your life. It is I can promise you right now, you've never seen CGI as bad as this. It is. You don't even know what's going on. There's no there's nothing. It's so bad. It looks like the CGI is probably slightly better than that Bird movie.
Oh, Birdemic?
Yeah.
Wow.
It is bad. It's
wow.
The fact that it's at night is the only thing that maybe makes
saves it.
Yeah, a little bit, but it's horrible. And it lasts for like 30 seconds. And then they go right back to being people, and then it gets cool again. Then the fight is cool. But what the first movie and the second movie has going for them, which is what they missed in the new Mortal Kombat, is the music. The music is phenomenal.
That techno.
Yes, and then 90s. Even like when they have hard rock too, they have scenes when it's like really like heavy rock.
Yeah.
And in the new one, the music was so generic and forgettable. And I'm like, you guys realize that the music from Mortal Kombat is iconic. All right, so I just did Annihilation. You
did Annihilation, and I'm going to annihilate Annihilation. Because,
here we go.
All right. I hope you're ready for this. This one is objectively just a bad movie. Like, I know it is. I'm 100% aware of it. I don't care to the point where I actually have something behind me that I'll have to show you as well that's connected to this movie. This is a double disc where it's got two movies, the original and the sequel. I'm going to cover it up just so you can see the one that matters to me the most, which is from 1987, Munchies.
Munchies. I've never.
And then they did a sequel just called Munchie, singular, which has zero to do. And it stars Lonnie Anderson.
So is that the first movie to do that, where they just got really lazy?
Original, yeah,
and it'd be like the title.
It'd be like, it'd be like if we had Gremlins and then Gremlin.
Yeah, that's funny.
It's a Gremlins. For any Gremlins knockoff, Critters, Ghouls. I love it. Tiny terror movies. Obviously, I love Leprechaun, but Gremlins, Ghoulies, Critters, Hobgoblins, like elves, all those damn movies. I love them. But
I think you have a fetish.
I might have a weird fetish. It's not a gerbil thing, I swear to God.
Nick,
yeah, exactly. But no, I can't. I don't know why. I cannot even in my own mind justify. Like my friends bust my balls about this movie because it is objectively not a good movie. And I know that. It's like one of those 80s movies too, where it was kind of made for kids. It's PG, but it's got like weirdly inappropriate shit in it. Like characters that are, I guess they're kind of like in college age and they're like screwing and like, it's not full nudity, but it's like weirdly, it's just weird. It's like, how is this for like 10-year-olds?
That's great.
But yeah.
You know what? Those are the movies that make you into a man.
They are indeed.
Yeah.
It's so Munchies from 1987. I've seen the sequel, I think, one time, and it's really bad. Like Mac and Me. If you ever saw Mac and Me, it is Mac and Me level bad. Munchies, really. Munchies, at least it's like it's like got this very kind of like messed up humor, and like if memory serves, I think at one point they get high. It's bizarre. It's a very just weird 80s Gremlins knockoff. But
the 80s was a funny time because the 80s were. Like movies would be rated like G or PG.
Oh yeah, and there's like nudity in them.
A hard R today.
Oh yeah. Oh, irreconcilable differences. Ryan O'Neal, Drew Barrymore, young Drew Barrymore. She's like right after E.T. It's like 84, and a very very young Sharon Stone. Sharon Stone. Who was the first boobs on screen that I can recall seeing, because it's a PG movie. And there's a scene where it's like Duke photographs and she's like, oh, you need to see more. And she just straight up drops her top. And it's like full close up.
Dude, those are the moments, man.
It's hilarious to me. It's like looking back, it's like it was PG. It's like, but to be fair, it's pre PG-13.
So is that movie just purely nostalgia for you?
Oh, 100%. That is a sentimental, like that literally movie epitomizes when I say sentimental favorites. Munchies is definitely
That's it. Yeah. All right.
All right. What's your next one, man? We're like, I think we're down to the top 3.
Yeah. All right. Next one is Quantum of Solace.
Oh, the James Bond flick.
Yes.
Did I see that one? Which one was that? Was that the one?
That's the second one right after Casino Royale.
I'm weird. I saw Casino Royale, skipped Quantum, saw Skyfall, which I like. I love Casino Royale and Skyfall. And then what was the one after Skyfall?
Spectre.
Yes, I saw Spectre, I think.
Spectre
and I did not see the last one.
I didn't know. I didn't see the last. I have nowhere to see the last one.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right. It ended on Spectre. I'm good at You know. But no, I actually, this is a movie that I stand behind as far as it is a good movie. I think it's everybody's least favorite out of the whole thing. My favorite out of the series is Casino Royale, for sure.
That's
hands down the best one.
Yeah.
But I like Quantum. It's up there with the other ones. Like I put Quantum, I would say Spectre is probably, I would say it's like Casino Royale, Spectre, Quantum, and then Skyfall. Skyfall was good up until I wasn't a big fan of the ending.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was okay, but I was more like, all right. I know what they were trying to do, but go back to his roots or whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
But no, you got to see Quantum, man. It's good.
I probably should.
Yeah, it's the most different out of all those movies. You'll notice it. It's like when you're watching it, you'll notice very apparently the editing, everything about it. It's very much its own.
Okay.
It stands alone, and it's a little more. There's not as much action in it, but the action scenes that are in it are very cool.
All right.
And I don't know. It's just there's good dialogue. There's a lot of cool locations, but the music is really good too. They really you get sort of that. They really take it back with this. I mean, they did that with Casino Royale. That's where they nailed it with those movies is the music. Yeah. Right. They brought it back to the 60s. They had those 60s, like the
ding 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 ding.
Yes, and even like the little subtle I'm pretty sure it's like the flute sort of.
Yeah.
You know that
yes, I know what you're talking about.
Very very 60s.
Yes, and I love that. I honestly, but the rumor I've heard, which I doubt we'll get lucky enough to have this happen since Amazon owns it now, but if we do get another James Bond and setting it in the 60s, to me would be genius.
That's what they need to do.
Now, this next movie to me is objectively, I think, a great movie. It's low budget. It's an indie type movie, but I love this movie. I've seen it so many times. It is so great. Night of the Comet from 1984.
I haven't seen that one.
Okay, so this movie, first off, I'd like to also state, for the record, stars, as I mentioned from Last Starfighter, we've got Catherine Mary Stewart, Kelly Maroney. They are sisters. They are total badasses. Literally, Kelly Maroney walks around in a cheerleading outfit and an Uzi in this movie, dude. It is next level.
Shorts number 6.
Well, and by the way, my very first ever celebrity interview I got to do, we had her on the show we did back 2011. I think it was or 2010, somewhere in there. And we had her on, and I may have told, because there's a scene her character has to change out of the cheerleading outfit, and she gets attacked, and she's in her bra. And I told her that may have helped jumpstart me into puberty. And I told her that. I told her that on, and my buddy is like, I can't believe you just told Kelly Maroney. I was like, hey man, I'm just honest.
That's hilarious. I achieved puberty when I was 9.
I think I actually may have been 11 or 10 when I first saw the movie. I didn't see when it first came out. Yeah, it's still pretty young. Yeah, but it's another example of these two kick-ass female chick badass leads, but they're real people. They feel it all. Reggie and Sam, and I also love that trope of the 80s where you'd have female hero type characters and you give them guy names. You got Ripley. I know Ellen Ripley, but Ripley's what they call her, right?
Yeah.
You obviously had Reggie, Sam. It's definitely a thing.
Bob.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, dude, it's just a fun, funny action movie. It's so great because it's LA in the 80s and it was so low budget. And in the if you ever listen to the commentary on the Blu-ray, Tom Eberhardt, the director, he talks about how they had to do this thing, like they would film on like a Sunday, and they would wait. I can't remember what the hell part of LA it is, dude, but there's no way there was no traffic. You know what I'm saying? Even in the 80s, like there was no, so they would have to have like somebody with a walkie-talkie down like the end of, Sunset, but whatever the hell they were, but they make it look like you never see another vehicle, like, because it's one of those, like, the comet came by and wiped everybody off the planet but these two girls and a handful of other people, and so it's about them surviving. But they're also like 80s Valley girls, and so they've got that, like, there's a whole scene where they go to the mall and they literally are playing like a cover of Cyndi Lauper's Girls Just Want to Have Fun. And it's like weirdly light, but then all of a sudden shit gets real, and like there's this whole it's great. I cannot sing the praises of Night of the Comet. I feel like this of all the movies on my list, this one is probably my overall favorite. I'm trying to think through all the ones I showed you. This is probably my overall favorite easily on the list. Although there's a couple of these I absolutely love, but Night of the Comet is just top 10 movie ever for me. So
I gotta add that one too.
Yeah, you need to see, dude. It's low budget. It's very 80s, but it's just fun, and just like when you realize like they did it for very little money. It's great. Sci-fi, comedy, horror. Yeah, it's great.
That's when they knew how to write badass women.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah, they are.
Because of course they never had female heroes before 2000.
Jennifer Lawrence. Wait, before Jennifer Lawrence, really, in Hunger Games. That was
That's
when they
true.
first.
That is true. She's the first.
That was the first one. Yeah.
She is the first American actress to appear in a movie.
I heard that too. I will say, as a one who literally, some of my favorite characters growing up were Reggie and Sam and Ripley and Sarah Connor and Buffy from the TV show, not the movie. I grew up around even though I had my dad in my life and everything, I had a sister, I had all girl cousins I hung out. My one guy cousin, Chris, I'd see on occasion, but I had a lot of girl cousins. My mom, I was very close to my grandmother, a lot of strong women. Like, it drives me up the fucking wall.
Yeah.
How annoying it is nowadays. Like, they get it so wrong. It's don't even get me started, bro. It drives me crazy. They
shove it so down your throat. It's like, okay, we get it.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah. It's like, is the goal to not make them like to me, the goal should be like you have this female hero character and like everybody, including the guys, all kind of just like love her and want to, like, you know what I mean? Like have her figure up on their nerd display case. Like that should be the goal.
Right. Think about it. Since they started doing that crap, there is not a single boy that's ever going to have a poster of any of these women.
Yeah.
But like all the 90s, 80s, all the 70s, even the 60s, all those women posters.
Yep. It's sad.
Like Long Kiss Goodnight, Gina Davis.
Oh, I fucking love that movie. I show that to my kids. I love that movie.
They did it right.
Nobody talks about it. No. See, here's the thing. Here's the key difference. They allow them to actually be women, and they let them be vulnerable. They let them actually be human beings. We showed Aliens at that indie, we have one of those like 1920s movie palace theaters near where I live, and they showed the original Aliens about a month ago, and me and the fam went to see it because I'd never seen it on the big screen. I see Alien on the big screen, never saw Aliens. God, I love that movie. God almighty. It is like perfect. But it's like when you watch it, Ripley is really going through some shit, man. Like she is really struggling. She's scared. But when she straps that shit on at the end, hell yes.
It's great, dude. It's great. I know.
It gives me chills every time I see it.
I know. And everybody loves it. And it's all, I'm telling you, it's all like, not to like, put on my conspiracy hat or anything, but it really is, it's a way to just kind of, no. Don't pay attention to that.
Yeah.
The women have never done anything in movies. They've never been heroes. Totally. They've never. Yeah. No. That's old. And they. No. These are the women you need to. It's like they're trying to like block that out. And I think what I've been seeing. I've been seeing a lot of like the Gen Z, how they're starting to discover like movies that
good shit.
good, yeah, and they're like, oh wow, this is actually really like, like Long Kiss Goodnight or something, where they're like, oh, they actually did have badass women back then.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I think they're starting to
Yeah, you know what the key difference is?
Wake up,
The badass women of our era were not insufferable assholes. Here's a newsflash.
Right.
Male heroes that act like insufferable assholes. Now, I will argue, Snake Plissken, you could argue, is an asshole, but he's not insufferable. That's the key element.
Right.
You can be an asshole,
right,
but you can't be an insufferable asshole. If you're insufferable, then nobody likes you. Like, people are, and let's just be, and look, there's certain characters, like it gets like, is it fair that like Snake Plissken can be an asshole and we still love him, and like Ripley, she's not really, and had she been more of an asshole? But she kind of is at times. Like, there's a couple moments where she like has to get really up in people's faces, and I mean, it's not. Sarah Connor in T2 is an asshole. Like, she's a real asshole, but you totally understand why she is.
And it's also not that. See, they seem to think that like a character arc has to be their personality changes.
Yeah.
No, their actions change.
Yes.
So if they're an asshole in the beginning, they can still be an asshole at the end, but they're an asshole with a conscience at the end.
Yes, they get a little something. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Like Han Solo, he's still Han Solo at the end of Star Wars.
Yes.
But he's Han Solo who's a little selfless.
Yes. Yeah. That's all. That one you don't need to have. Or what's really annoying is it's like really it seems like what they think a character arc at this point is just a character discovering that she was awesome all the time. And it was just everybody, everybody just didn't get it. But her, I mean, she was the only one that saw. It's like, who can relate to that? Who?
I know. Yeah.
Who are you doing this for? There's no, first off, I've argued modern audience is bullshit. Like, it's not even a real thing. There's audience. There's always an audience. And if they're in the now, I guess they would technically be modern by definition. But what you're really saying is people that adhere to a certain political viewpoint that we consider more modern. That's really what you're saying. Yeah. And at least say that. I can respect your honesty more than trying to be a bullshit artist. Yeah. That being said, what drives me nuts is like, no, that's not a character arc. A character arc is a character that does start off from like a weaker place, or they're not sure themselves, and then something happens, and they get better, right? They get stronger. They have like if you think about Ripley, the way she's kind of not one dimensional in the first movie, but she's not as two dimensional as she is in the second film, in my opinion. But that character arc that she goes through. She's not like a totally different person, but she is somebody who has had to face this horrific thing that happened to her as she faces it. And more importantly, it's the whole mother theme. It's like that idea of just how she takes on Newt and just like protects her with everything she's got. God, it's just like, this isn't hard, man. It's just doesn't. It's like we want this. Here's the problem. Yeah. So they don't get. We want this to be good. I don't go into any movie going, oh, I hope I hate this. I go in. It's like a 10. It's a 10.
Right.
It's your job to stay there. Yeah. I think what's sad is people don't get like the reason why people like us get as ranty as we do is because we actually still on some level give a shit. And so it's because I gotta go back to, although there are a lot of things I'm starting to get to a place where I'm like, I just don't care anymore, bro. And I love what I love. I like what I like. And if something comes down the pike that makes me happy, great. But I just, I have faith in a lot of people.
Yeah, I have the we'll always have Paris attitude.
Yeah.
You know, with all the movies, we'll always have the oldies and you know. So your turn.
Okay, my turn. All right, so I'm debating which I should go. You know what? I'm gonna do this. All right, originally this was gonna be my last one, but I'm gonna make this my second to last. So I don't know if you can make it out, but above your head in the background is the poster, and there's the poster there, and here is the VHS for Eliminators. 1986 Empire Pictures that became Full Moon. It's got a mandroid, for God's sake. A mandroid is half man, half tank.
That's really funny.
Yeah, and it's literally like you've got. Let me see. Is this the one that's? Abbott Reeves is a brilliant scientist who's mastered time travel and created a mandroid, half man and half machine. The mandroid is a former pilot named John who was rescued from a plane crash by Reeves and transformed into his slave. And then it goes on to talk about some other things that Reeves does, blah, blah, blah. Point is, you have the Mandroid teams up with the Denise Crosby from Tasha Yar from Star Trek Next Generation. She's like she's the beautiful, tough scientist character. You have the rogue, like Han Solo character. One of my kids said he's like if Shaggy from Scooby-Doo and Han Solo had a baby, it would be it would have been this guy.
I need to see that. That's hilarious.
Yeah. A ninja, because it's the 80s. You got to have a ninja.
Always have a ninja, sure. Yeah.
And he's a good guy ninja. The fact that there was never a damn toy line for Eliminators breaks my heart. I would buy every one of these figures. It is super cheesy, super low budget. I can, to this day, remember in 1986, I'm 10 years old, walking into the Armchair Theater video store in my dad's house, and that poster being up, and seeing it just being like, what is that? Because it looks amazing.
It's a cool cover. It's a cool poster.
It's like the classic thing they did in the 80s where like the cover and the poster art is just top next. Like they spent like half their budget on the art.
Yeah.
The movie is super cheesy, but it's fun. Like it's one of those like super fun, super goofy, over the top. I showed it to my kids. They loved it. That or they were humoring me.
That one's on the list.
Yeah, Eliminators is a fun time. All right, what do you got? It's your last one, right?
I got. Oh, you know what? I think you did 2 in a row.
Did I really?
I think I screwed up because I got 3 more, but that's because I did 11. So I have 2 more to reach 10.
Okay. All right, go ahead. Do at least 2 more of yours, and then we'll.
Yeah. Star Wars Episode 1.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay,
I think that's the best. I think that's the best one out of the prequels.
Well, you know what's funny? I saw that one in the theater the most times. I saw it like 5 times in the theaters, and mainly because of that final lightsaber scene with Darth Maul and the Duel of the Fates.
Fantastic.
That was the most to me at that time. Yeah. That felt like the most Star Wars moment of the entire. Now and I was one of those because I was older. So I think Gore was in this camp. I know there's a lot of guys who were like hated on the prequels for a long time. Yes. But I could thank the Disney sequels for making me have a new fondness and appreciation for the prequels, because I rewatched them with my kids, and I'm like, you know what? At least this is like a singular vision of one guy, and it's not perfect. I still prefer the OG, but I will tell you, I would any day of the week rather watch one of the prequels.
Yeah, because they're fun.
Yeah.
They're fun and they're entertaining. And if you just watch them based on pure entertainment value, and that's how I watched the first one. I think Episode 1 is the most rewatchable. I think it has the most iconic scenes of the prequel. It's funny, everybody hates that one the most, but whenever you ask people about what was your favorite part of the prequels, they'll always name the pod racing scene. Darth Maul, the lightsaber fight at the end, Qui-Gon Jinn. These are things that everybody loves, but yet they hate the first movie, which is whatever. So I know the pod racing scene, I love it. I don't care. People say it's too long. I'm like, too long? Who gives a shit? It was fun. I watched the shit out of it. The fun was too long, too much fun. Like, it was great. The sound, some of the coolest sounds in that pod racing scene. I remember watching it with my dad and having a fond memory because my dad loves that scene because he used to race cars.
Oh, okay,
and
cool.
He was like he loved Sebulbas.
Oh yeah,
he was like, that is the coolest sound. And he was like, seeing my dad love that scene so much from Star Wars, I'm like, okay. Like, it's kind of like how him and I share the same love for Tombstone. That's our movie. Yeah. Gotcha. So that's but I love Episode 1.
You know what? Ain't no shame in your game, man.
No,
Good.
man. No.
Yeah. All right, well, give me your next one since we messed you up.
You're gonna laugh at this one. Tomb Raider. The
Angelina Jolie one.
The Angelina Jolie one. Yeah.
Actually, didn't Jan de Bont direct that one? The guy who did Twister.
I don't know the director. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure he's the same guy who did Twister and Speed, which to me.
Oh, did he really? Okay.
I love those two movies. And I remember seeing. Actually, I saw that at the drive-in. I remember going to see that. Actually, I like that one. I don't think it's a bad movie.
No, but everybody seems to shit on it.
Whatever.
My girlfriend hates it.
Oh, no.
She hates it.
Oh, know what? No. Simon West which is the guy who did he do Con Air? Hold on. Yeah, he did Con Air, dude. I love me some Con Air, bro.
Great. Oh,
Con Air.
I just watched that the other day, actually.
I think Jan de Bont did the sequel. Boom. Yes, Jan de Bont. I knew he was there.
Sequel. Yeah, sequel wasn't. There was nothing memorable about the sequel, but
I think I saw them both at the. I may have seen them both at the drive-in. Actually, weirdly,
dude. It's just the first one was fun. Just like I don't know. We gotta get back to that.
Angelina Jolie was great casting. Like that was perfect.
Oh yeah, she looked just like the video game. You cannot get better.
Yes.
Like if you're that is probably the most accurate casting for a video game character.
Yeah,
was her. Yeah. So are you done with your list? Or you have
I got one more.
Here we go.
I'll do my last one and then you do yours.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I saved the best for last for sure. So I saw this at the drive-in. Weirdly, with my father and my sister, which if you've seen the movie, you probably get why that's like a weird family movie to see together. And
my father, my sister, my father, my sister.
My sister, exactly. How many people get the Chinatown reference? I love this movie, like unironically. I remember when I had every issue of Fangoria back then. I was in high school. I love Mick Garris, the guy who directed it. So anybody who knows me and already knows what this movie is. It is from 92-ish or 91. I always forget. I can't remember. That Dr. Giggles, I always get screwed up what year they came out. But it's Sleepwalkers.
Oh, that's another one I haven't seen.
Oh, dude.
I haven't seen that one, yeah.
Dude, first off.
Writing it down right now.
Okay. Madchen Amick. I had a massive crush on. She's like the wholesome girl next door. Brian Krause, I believe is his name. He was on Charmed. Which I know it's funny. I'm referencing Charmed a lot. I never watched the show, but I know he was on it. He's the sort of the handsome boy next door who there's more to him than that. But basically, Alice Krieg or Krieg, however you pronounce her, she was the Borg Queen in Star Trek Next Generation. And the Ghost Story. She was in Ghost Story in the early 80s. She plays his mother, and they are Sleepwalkers, which are essentially these like feline, vampiric type mythical creatures that the son is supposed to get the life force out of a virgin that he then feeds to his mother while they bump uglies. And yes, it's as jacked up as it sounds. That's why it's a weird movie to go see with family members. But weird, it's Stephen King, and it's weird because it's like a King movie that he never wrote a book or a novella. It's a completely original. In fact, I think it may have been his first original screenplay that was turned into a movie. Lots of cameos in it. The very beginning, the two cops that show up. One of them is Mark Hamill, and it's hilarious. It's like, this is like, I think, when did he start doing the Joker voice? That was more like the mid 90s, right?
That was the 90s, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So this is like before he started doing that. So this is like the only thing he had done other than Star Wars was like the Guyver. So like only a handful of people recognized him, and he was like, he's got like a mustache, and but there's a scene later on with like a ton of like horror icons in it because Mick Garris was like friends with everybody. And so it's just very early 90s. A young Ron Perlman is in this.
Really?
Super cheesy one-liners. Like somebody may get stabbed in the back with an ear of corn with the line, "No vegetables, no dessert."
Oh no.
It's one of those.
Oh no.
And it's also right after T2. So lots of like morphing CGI. They were just totally going out. That was the big thing, like the T1000. So you have the faces that morph, and you have like the car has to shift, and it's super cheesy, super
like,
early 90s.
Do they turn into a cat?
The Sleepwalkers themselves never go full. Although that's their kryptonite. Is actual cats.
Oh,
actual cats are like the only thing that can kill them.
Okay. Like the Mummy.
Yes, actually, very similar to that. Now that you say that, yes, I didn't think about that, but yes. Yeah, dude, it's super cheesy, but I love it so much. I've
heard. I gotta watch that. That'd be a good Halloween. That's a good Halloween.
Oh yeah, bro. Yes. Yeah. Especially it's got that early '90s vibe. I think
just for the one-liners, dude.
Oh, that and Dr. Giggles. So do a double feature of Sleepwalkers, Dr. Giggles, and by the way, you're welcome in advance.
You okay? That's so funny. Oh my god, those.
So what's your last one, man?
All right, this is a good last one. Wild Wild West.
Wild Wild West
with Kevin,
Will Smith, right?
Yep, and Kevin Kline.
I think what year did that come out? Was it 96, 95?
I think that was 98.
Oh, was it that late? Okay.
I think.
Hold on, I'm at the cheat.
90s, I think.
I have to cheat and look it up.
Yeah.
Because I can't remember if I was working at the theater when that came out. I feel like I was, but if it's 98, 99, I definitely was not in the theater.
Oh, okay. Wow. All right.
Damn, I would not have guessed 99. I thought it was like maybe 97. No, 99. Interesting. Kevin Kline, that's right for Kevin Kline. Was it Kenneth Branagh? Salma Hayek?
Oh, yeah.
Damn, dude.
Oh, yeah. I love Kevin Kline.
Oh, yeah, Kevin Kline.
He's one of my
Fish
favorite
Called Wanda. Fish Called Wanda, bro.
Oh, so good.
Oh.
Yeah. And French Kiss.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I like French. Actually, I like that movie a lot.
Yeah, he's in Chaplin too. He's great in Chaplin.
Yep. Yeah,
he's good. He's a solid actor.
Yes, he is. Has he been in anything like recently?
I think so. He's been in something. I think it's maybe a show he was in or something. I don't know.
I feel like I haven't seen him in anything new in forever.
Yeah, it's been a long time. But I don't know, man. It's another one. It's just like, that's another one. I don't know why it got so much hate. I understand. I get how that people are pissed off because it's very different from the show. Mm-hmm. And they, the big spider and stuff. I'm like, okay. But I don't know. It's fun. It's a fun movie. I don't know. It's funny. I think the dynamic between him and Will Smith is fun.
See, I think that's another one, because didn't Barry Sonnenfeld, the guy who did the Addams Family movies and Men in Black, didn't he direct it? I feel like it was him. And I think it was like one of those where that was the era, and I mean, I guess to some degree we're still kind of in it, but where people love to like tear down people that they put up, right? So Will Smith had been at the top of his game because of Men in Black.
Yep.
And then I think less Kevin Kline, because I feel like he was more of a character type actor. Like, I don't think he was like, he had Dave. That was another good Kevin Kline movie. But I don't think
Dave,
of him.
Yeah, Dave.
Yeah. I guess he was kind of a leading man, but he wasn't like at a Will Smith level, right? He wasn't that.
Yeah, right.
If it was, hold on, was it Barry Sonnenfeld? I'm checking. Hold on. Yep, Barry Sonnenfeld. So he had done Addams Family Values, Men in Black. I think he'd done Men in Black too. And I think that there was this element of like, that was another one that cost like an arm and a leg, kind of like Lone Ranger. So they just wanted to tear it down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there was no acceptance of like, this is just a dumb fun movie. Like if they'd spent $50 million, they might have gotten away with that, but they spent $150 million. So someone has to pay for
Yeah. I think people didn't want to admit that they had fun watching it. That it was, I was funny too. I mean, if you're just watching that movie as strictly based on if it's a comedy, like just as a comedy, it's funny. It's a very funny movie, but it's just, that's another where it's like, okay, I understand it's not a film. It's a movie, not a film. You know what I mean? It's it's okay. It's
pure entertainment, popcorn.
It's pure entertainment, man. That people got to know how to separate that stuff. You got to be able to separate movie from film. You got to know the difference between Wild Wild West and Godfather. Yeah, you can like both.
You can like both,
right. You can like both, and you just know the difference. You're not going to sit there and go, "Oh, I can't believe Wild Wild West didn't win an Oscar."
Yeah,
exactly. It's like right.
So, thank you, though. I appreciate you. I appreciate you coming back. I'd love to have you back again. We'll have to come up with some other goofy ass topic to maybe just pick like something to rant about for an hour and a half. We'll just be like,
just do that. Maybe just get on and we'll figure something out.
Get it out of our system. But yeah, man, no, I appreciate it. And do you have anything you want to tell anybody about where to find you, where to find your work, anything you're working on?
Yeah, I got a lot of like, I need to start doing more. I'm doing a lot of like behind the scenes stuff, writing, things like that, so I haven't really been doing any short films or anything lately, but I'm going to be doing some more stuff. Cool. I'm going to be doing a lot of like I'm calling them test shots basically, which is just going to be very short little, just a demonstration of a scene. That's it. Just good lighting, how to make something look cinematic. Basically, like, if you watched this looks like it could be, 15 seconds from a feature film, basically, just to kind of show that it's very easily done to have something that just looks cinematic and with good lighting, and you don't need a lot, So I'm going to do a lot of stuff like that, very short things, and then but I'm writing a lot of stuff. I'm writing some scripts. There's some feature films that I'm writing, and
cool.
So, but yeah, I got a YouTube channel, Glennuccio, Glenn. I should have written it there, but it's it's this.
Yeah,
Hold
yeah,
on. It's this.
Yeah,
and then add a CCIO.
Yeah, it's almost like you gave up, like you went Glenn. Screw it.
Yeah, well, that's what my family calls me. My family calls me Glennuccio, means little Glenn in Italian.
Oh, okay.
And so my family, for short, they just all call me Glennu.
Glennu, okay.
So for short, yeah. So my legal name is Glenn.
Got it.
But it's all. But yeah, my family just Italianized it, and so it's Glennuccio, and I'm on Instagram. So yeah, follow me.
Yeah.
Subscribe, whatever. I got more stuff, but I got stuff. Cool. I got a bunch of stuff, now. You stop motion, whatever. But I'm gonna be doing more live action stuff. So
sweet, awesome, man. Well, look forward to checking it out, and I appreciate you stopping by the Mom and Pop Video Shop. And remember, at Mom and Pop's, our love of
changing shorts because we talk too much about Jennifer Connelly
never ever stops, though it probably should for legal reasons.
Yeah.